What is up, all you minties? This is the Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And today, we are going to go over the collected editions coming out in January of 2020. Gosh, it feels like just yesterday I started doing this. So we're going to talk about the Omnibus, Absolute, trade paperbacks, epic collections, hardcovers that are all coming out in the month of January. So please stay tuned. And welcome back, all you minties. Now, before we get started, there is one particular hardcover I wanted to talk about that I've been getting a lot of questions on. And that is the Transformers Phase 2 Volume 10. It was missing from December, and it doesn't look like it's in January. I don't know what the update is. They've both solicited Volume 10 and 11 from the hardcovers for Phase 2. I hope they don't discontinue this line because it is wonderful. So maybe we should start tweeting IDW to see what's going on with that. That's just an idea. So, again, we're going to be looking at my list of stuff that I've got for the month of January. If you enjoy this type of content, please let me know in the comments down below. I've been doing it for over a year now, and it does take a lot of work, so I was wondering if you all still enjoy it. So, let's see. Kicking off, it's starting, like, December was kind of slow because we have 5 weeks in January, so let's not waste any more time. January 1st, from Marvel, we have Black Bolt hardcover. I've done an overview of that for the channel. It's an oversized hardcover. It's beautiful. If you've never read it, do yourself a favor. Black Cat Volume 1, Grand Theft Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer Volume 6. That's the Absolute Carnage crossover. A couple of issues there. Legends of Marvel Spider-Man. That is a wonderful book that has like Peter David Michelinie coming back to write a few stories on Spider-Man. Miles Morales Volume 2, Bring on the Bad Guys. I've also done an overview of that. New Mutants Epic Collection Demon Bear Saga is getting a new printing. So that's awesome for all you that missed it. Now remember, the new printings for these epic collections are only available at distributors like comic book shops or cheapgraphicnovels.com, in-stock trades, places like that. Not available at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Conan Chronicles Epic Collection Battle of Shamla Pass. Conan Hour of the Dragon. It's pretty interesting that that's not collected in the Epic Collections, or maybe they're going to leave it out. I'm not sure. I think it's just the giant size stuff. I'll be doing an overview of that this week. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, Full Moon graphic novel. Now from DC, we have a new printing of Absolute Death. Still don't know if it's going to be Black Label, if it's still going to say Vertigo. So we don't know on that yet. Diana, Princess of the Amazons. This looks like to be a kid's book. Yeah. Shannon Hell, Dean Hell. Wonder Woman, Warbringer. Now this is a pretty interesting look at... Is this from the movie? What is this about? Because it's adapted by Louise Simonson. And so maybe it's adapted from a novel. Oh yeah, based on the New York Times bestselling novel by Lee Bardugo. Okay. Always enjoy seeing Louise Simonson's name. Batman Gotham Knights Transference trade paperback. Birds of Prey Huntress. Now these new Birds of Prey books looks like they're collecting the characters that are going to appear in the movie. So this is stories from Batman and Huntress Cry for Blood 1 through 6 with a new cover. Okay. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe trade paperback. Legends of the Dark Knight Steve Englehart. Oh, man. That brings back some memories there. You know that dude's run on Detective Comics. I used to have some of those that I bought at a yard sale. Not much on the manga, and actually not much from Independent. It looks like just Phantom: The Complete Sundays, Volume 6, 1957 to 1961. On the week of January 8th, Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty one day, this is the new printing of Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev, Volume 1. It's coming back into print. It's been out of print for almost about a decade, so here is your chance to own it if you don't have them. I've done an overview of Volume 1. I'll be doing an overview of Volume 2, which gets solicited or is coming out in February. New Avengers Breakout. These are the Marvel Select lines. Marvel Monograph, The Art of Declan Shalvey. Absolute Carnage trade paperbacks coming out. Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool is coming out as well that week. Captain Marvel Volume 2, Falling Star. Loki, this is the new run of Loki. Doctor Strange by Mark Waid Volume 4. Still hoping for an oversized hardcover of those. And Black Widow, Welcome to the Game trade paperback is coming out. This collects Black Widow, the 2004 series, and Black Widow, the things they say about her, 1 through 6. That was the follow-up series to that. And as far as, let's see, DC, we have Swamp Thing, The Bronze Age, Volume 2, trade paperback edition. Previously released in an omnibus edition, Batman Arkham Black Mask. So this focuses just on Black Mask. And there's stories from Detective Comics, Catwoman, Black Mask, You're the Villain. Probably cashing in on the fact that the character appears in the new Birds of Prey movie. Surprised it's not Birds of Prey Black Mask, but Batman by Neil Adams Volume 3. This is a new printing of those trade paperbacks that also collected in the omnibus edition. Dreaming Volume 2, the new series, the new Neil Gaiman universe at DC. And Injustice Gods Among Us, the complete collection, Year 5 trade paperback. Hopefully they will release some kind of omnibus. Let's see, as far as manga, we have Cardcaptor Sakura Collector's Edition Volume 3. I need to get on those. I'm hoping maybe they'll do some kind of a box set when all the hardcovers are over, but maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. Dr. Stone Volume 9, another series I need to get into. I know. Can't believe we're only on Volume 9 of that, though. And let's see what else is there. The Promised Neverland, Volume 13. I love sharing that story about me buying that for my 6-year-old kid because I'm a crappy father that didn't look ahead and I thought it was for kids. So, anyway. Let's see. As far as independence, we have Jack Kirby's Dingbat Love, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Volume 4, the Tempest hardcover. These are not collected in the omnibus, by the way. This is all collected stuff that were not in the omnibus. This is when it stopped being part of the DC universe. So keep that in mind. Pre-Code Classics Mysteries, Weird and Strange, Volume 2. There's also a slipcase edition of that. Silver Age Classics Outer Space, Volume 2. And that has a slipcase edition. KI6 Killers? KI6 Killers? What is this? It looks like a Clay Moore. Ooh. Fernando Dagnino and Cully Hammer. This is part of the Valiant universe. I like that cover a lot. Unearthed Volume 1. Also digging this cover. Oh, and it's Cullen Bunn, so that looks pretty interesting just because it's Cullen Bunn. Really like that guy's independent stuff. Moving on to the week of January 15th. Now, before we talk about this week, please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Join us on our... we have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and that is at NearMintCon to keep up with our schedule and, another way for you all to communicate with us. And let's see. We have a Marvel Masterworks Daredevil Volume 14, and it will have a variant, so the direct market variant. Oh gosh, this week is pretty big. Conan the Barbarian, the original Marvel Years, Volume 3. Again, the standard edition cover and then the variant cover. And one that I'm been waiting years to hear. Incredible Hulk by Peter David, Volume 1 Omnibus. And remember, they will also have the direct market version. Fantastic Four Grand Design. Now, I saw somewhere else that this was also might be released on the 1st, so they might have moved. That's another thing to keep in mind is sometimes the dates shift on releases. Absolute Carnage is getting 4 books. We have Absolute Carnage Scream, Absolute Carnage Miles Morales. Okay, that's my new New Year's resolution. Or was it before? Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty one day. Absolute Carnage Lethal Protectors, Absolute Carnage Immortal Hulk, and Other Tales. Then we have Acts of Evil, Contagion trade paperback, Crazy. This is the classic stuff from Crazy Magazine. And I want to say, I think this collects the Obnoxia the Clown versus the X-Men book. Still not on there. Even though it says in the description as he takes on the X-Men. But I don't... Okay, so I guess we'll see. Hopefully I'll get an advanced copy of that so we can look at it. Star Wars, the original trilogy movie adaptation trade paperback. Amazing Spider-Man, Epic Collection, Maximum Carnage. Another book I'm really looking forward to. These Epic Collections have been selling really good lately. Like, they've been selling out. They've been low in stock. more than ever, I think the popularity of the Epic collections have kind of blown up. So let me know in the comments down below if 2019 was your first year that you tried an Epic collection, or if you've been collecting them since day one. Savage Sword of Conan, Conan the Gambler. This is the new series here. Oz, the Complete Collection, Wonderful World, Marvelous Land of Oz, trade paperback. These are the smaller scale books, I believe, of the Scotty Young run. From DC, we have Green Lantern Legacy trade paperback. That looks pretty cool. I really like that cover. From Ming Lee, Andy Tong. Okay, so it's a new Green Lantern. Batman the Golden Age, Volume 6. Birds of Prey, Black Canary trade paperback. So this is going to be interesting because it's a movie cover. But when you look inside, this collects Black Canary 1 through 12 and Black Canary Sneak Peek number 1. Black Canary looks nothing like she does in the comic books, like she does in the movie. So that might confuse some people. Hellblazer Volume 22, Regeneration, getting close to that end. Nightwing by Peter Tomasi. This book collects issues 140 to 153, previously released in 2 trade paperbacks that have been long out of print. This one was canceled and now resolicited, so hopefully they will release it. Scooby Apocalypse, Volume 6. I know there's several of my viewers that enjoy these Hanna-Barbera DC books. As far as manga for that week, we have Case Closed 73. Holy crap. 73 volumes. Still not as many as One Piece has been released in America. Knights of Sidonia Master Edition, Volume 4. Persona Volume 1 of Persona 5, so that's the manga adaptation of the video game. And as far as independent stuff, we have Marvel Solid Gold Superheroes hardcover, Outpost Zero, The Only Living Things, Over My Dead Body, original graphic novel. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Jay Farber, I do like his stuff. Sea of Stars, Volume 1, Lost in the Willows. Oh, that's Jason Aaron. This is his new book. Oh, that looks cute. Yeah, me at Jason, Lost in the Wild Heavens. Don't know why I couldn't read that. Yeah, me at Jason Aaron. Lazarus, Volume 6, Fractures. It's a new trade paperback. Complete Chester Gould, Dick Tracy, Volume 27. And for better or for worse, the Complete Library hardcover, Volume 4. I probably need to start getting these. I really like that for better or for worse comic. So, moving on to the week of January 22nd. This is the 4th week. And again, there's going to be 5 weeks, so please keep that in mind. Another reason I do this is so we can all budget, right? Because some of these weeks are going to hit us hard. Others, not so much. So from Marvel, we have Ironheart, Volume 2, The 10 Rings, trade paperback. Valkyrie, Jane Foster, Volume 1. That was a great series. My daughter, by the way, really liked Ironheart. That's by Al Ewing and Jason Aaron. Invisible Woman, trade paperback. This is the Mark Waid run, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty interesting that the first 3 books are ladies superheroes. That's awesome. Punisher Kill Crew, which was an awesome freaking book. I really like that. That was during the events of War of the Realms. Star Wars Legends Forever Crimson. And this is, I want to say, this collects the Crimson storylines throughout the years, and then Star Wars issue 108 when it came back to Marvel. Because 107 was last printed, I think, in the 80s sometime, and then 108 was printed when it came back to Marvel in 2019, so they could wrap up a story that they didn't get to. Agents of Atlas, Complete Collection Volume 2, probably one of the most underrated runs. This is Jeff Parker's storyline. Ecstatics Complete Collection Volume 1. Still waiting on that new Ecstatics book from Peter Milligan and Mike Aldred that we were promised, but this Complete Collection's coming out. Another Complete Collection is Captain America Sam Wilson Complete Collection Volume 1. Then we have X-Men Milestones Onslaught. This is a huge book, $39.99. Not as big as the omnibus, but still collecting the Impact stuff. So you probably won't get issues. Yeah, there's no issues like Punisher in here or anything like that. It's just mainly the Uncanny X-Men title, the X titles, if you will. From DC, we have this is a pretty interesting book. This is Batman Black and White Omnibus. Like, for the first time, usually books come to direct market first. Like, comic books come to direct market first. For some reason, this has already been released on Amazon. So, I'm not sure what was going on there. Batman and the Outsiders, Volume 1, Lesser Gods, Birds of Prey, trade paperback, Harley Quinn. So, just focusing on stories about Harley, collecting Harley Quinn 1 through 7, Future's End, and then stories from Secret Origin. Tying it into the movie. Justice League International Volume 1 trade paperback. Still hoping they don't cancel that Justice League International Volume 2. They recently solicited Huntress Origins. So, wow, man, this is stuff from old school. This is DC Superstar 17, Batman Family 18 through 20, and Wonder Woman 271 through like 293. Lucifer Volume 2, Divine Tragedy. So what is this? Oh, this is the new Sandman universe, the new Neil Gaiman universe. So it's the news. I haven't read any of those. So if you have, let me know in the comments down below what you think of that. Scooby-Doo Team Up. It's Scooby time. As far as manga for that week, we have Black Lagoon Volume 11. Sorry, this is the stuff that I enjoy. And I had no idea that there were that many. Children of Wales Volume 14. This one's been getting a lot of love here in the States. And I didn't know there were 14 volumes. Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3. What in the world is that? Goblin Slayer Volume 9. Another one that's getting a lot of love here in the United States. And let's see. Wow, there's a lot of manga coming out this week. Sailor Moon Eternal Edition Volume 7. You start getting those. And Ed Piskor, the Fantagraphic Studio Edition hardcover. Looks pretty interesting. Complete Witchblade Volume 1. They just recently announced that they're going to do hardcovers. And when I talked to Mark Silvestri at the GalaxyCon this past November, he had mentioned that they want to start putting out hardcovers of Darkness and Witchblade, so that was really cool. He thought, he said it was going to be a pretty thick book. So Volume 1 has been solicited if you want to check that out. This is the trade paperback. And Buffy, Season 11, Library Edition, Volume 2. Continuing those library editions that Dark Horse first started. But now this is Boom Studios. And the final week of January. We have, so this is the week of January 29th. Marvel Masterworks Mighty Thor, Volume 19 hardcover. Of course, the Masterworks also comes with a variant edition. Marvel Spider-Man script book hardcover. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Volume 2, Hostile Takeovers. My wife really enjoys. She reviewed the first volume for the channel. Marvelverse Black Panther graphic novels. Those are those little digest-sized books, but these actually reprint different times on these characters' lives throughout the years at Marvel. So this one's Black Panther. Earth X trade paperback is getting a new printing. Avengers by Jason Aaron. Surprised we don't have a hardcover of this yet. Volume 5, Challenge of the Ghost Riders. Fantastic Four Epic Collection, new printing, The Coming of Galactus. So remember what I said earlier. Black Widow, Widowmaker. Getting ready for that movie. This stuff has some gorgeous covers. It's written by Paul Cornell. John Paul Leon does the artwork, and then it's Adi Granoff, that's who did the covers. What If Complete Collection, Volume 3. Love this, and I hope it leads into an omnibus someday. Acts of Vengeance, Avengers. This is just the trade paperback version of the Acts of Vengeance storyline throughout the Avengers. Wolverine The End, trade paperback. Marvel was kind enough to share these new covers with us. You can find them on our social media. Yeah, we put them on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram a couple weeks ago. And Iron Man The End. That one's written by David Michelini. And Bob Layton does the artwork with Sean Chan, I believe. Thor by Jason Aaron, Complete Collection Volume 2. Still hoping for an omnibus announcement sometime in 2020. There are going to be a lot of good books in 2020. I can already tell you that. Black Panther, Book 8. So we are on Volume 8 of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda Part 3. Shadow of the Batgirl trade paperback. This is the DC Inc. line right here. Something I think my daughter really enjoys. Adventures of Superman, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Volume 2. The guy was a phenomenal artist. I think when you talk to a lot of people, he is their definitive artist on Superman. Aquaman, Death of a Prince Deluxe Edition. So Death of a Prince is getting reprinted in a deluxe edition format. This is the Bronze Age stuff from Adventure Comics, I want to say. And then Aquaman, actually it's a pretty heartbreaking story if you've never read it. Bat and the Cat, 80 Years of Romance, hardcover. Their cover looks to be like Jim Lee. And just telling different stories from their perspective. Batman Beyond, Volume 6. I really want to go back and read this stuff. I've read Volume 1 and 2. Rick Leonardi is still is on artwork. Dan Jurgens is still writing the book. I was a big fan of Terry McGinnis. Birds of Prey, Murder and Mystery. This is a book I'm pretty excited about. No announcement of a Birds of Prey omnibus, but at least they're reprinting the Gail Simone stuff. And hopefully they'll finish the Chuck Dixon stuff. Man, I am on a roll today, just not able to talk. What the heck is wrong with me? As far as manga is concerned, Saki the Succubus hungers tonight. How could you not want to read a title like that? Right. Star Wars Artisan Edition, trade paperback. So they're releasing, it looks like the Artisan Editions and trade paperbacks, because Walter Simonson's Mighty Thor is also getting one. They're not as expensive. They look to be $49.99, which makes it better. Oh my gosh. Didn't know about this. Damn. How much is this? Metabarons box set hardcover. $150. This is Jodorowsky stuff with Juan Jimenez. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. And I wonder how big it is. Because the big Incal book is huge. I've done an overview here, but this is published by Humanoids. It's a European comic. But if you've never read it, oh my god, it's wonderful. The artwork is beautiful. And I'm going way too long about that. So, oh man, shit, $150. Woo! Thumbs Volume 1 trade paperback. Sorry, I went on way too long about that. This is a Sean Lewis book. Look at that cover. And then E.C. Kurtzman, Man and Superman and Other Stories is getting a hardcover treatment. And that is it for the month of January of 2020. Feels so weird saying that. Now, remember, when these books do come out, you can purchase them from cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. Cheap Graphic Novels Black Friday sale is continuing all through December, so there's still time to save up to 95% off thousands of books. Additional books will be added throughout the month, so be sure to check back often and stay tuned to CGN on social media to be the first to know when the new books have been added to the sale. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. We can also be found on Redbubble, where you can get our stickers and our logo on stickers and t-shirts. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me today. And we are also on Patreon, so thank you very much to our existing patrons. If you want to support the channel that way, that would be awesome if you can. All of that information is in the description down below. There's exclusive content there, like behind the scenes or early access to videos. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you for watching, and remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.